Hey everybody, and welcome back to the video. So now's the time that you've probably been waiting for. Let's get right into the data, right into Tableau, and build our first chart. First, let's take a look. We're in Tableau now, I'm going to open the Superstore data, and that's an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to go over here to Connect and hit Excel. And I'm going to look for the Superstore data. Here it is right here. So just like we reviewed in the previous lessons, we went to the main Tableau window and opened up an Excel file. And like I said before, as you can see, we have the three tabs that are in the Superstore Excel data: orders, returns, and users. Let's take orders just like we did before. It's importing the data and everything looks good. So let's go, and it even says, Tableau even points you in the right direction. It even says go to worksheet. So let's go to this sheet 1 worksheet and take a look around. So here is how you build graphs and visualizations in Tableau. This is the window that you use. So as you can see, it imported the data. It has what Tableau calls dimensions on the left here at first up at the top, and then it has measures down here. And that probably makes sense, right? Your city would be a dimension, any kind of demographics, an order date, the region, let's say, and it just lists the rest of them out here as dimensions. And then anything you would want to measure, like sales, unit price, things like that, is listed here in measurements. Now, sometimes you would have something that may pop up in measures, let's say like a sales number, an identifier, a unique ID for a sales area, let's say, that may come up, especially if it gets imported as a number, that may come up in measures. And all you would do in that case, let's say that you wanted the quantity ordered new. In this case, you wanted that as a dimension. So you would just right click on this arrow, and then Tableau gives you an option to say convert to a dimension. And that's all you would do. You would hit that and it would now pop up in your dimensions, and you could use that as a demographic field, or a measurement or a dimension, a label, let's say, in a visualization. So that's how you do that. But we like the data the way it is, the way it came in. So let's say we want to see sales, right? Let's say we're a company and we know that in that Excel spreadsheet we had sales in there, and we want to see what are the sales. So all you would do is, instead of trying to figure out where your measures go as far as columns or rows, where would you drag them to? Where do your dimensions go as far as columns and rows? All you do is double click and Tableau figures it out. That's how intuitive this software is. So let's say we want to see sales. I'm just going to double click and it's going to show me sales. So here are your sales for the entire company, for the entire time frame that you have in the file, or at least in the orders tab. So almost, what is that, 2 million in sales. Let's say I want to get a little more granular than that, right? Okay, that's great. Over the time period I have in the file, over everything, my sales are 2 million. I want to see, what are my sales by region? Where are those sales coming from? So I would add a little more level of granularity to it and say region. So I'm just going to double click and Tableau is going to figure it out. I'll double click on region and it'll show me each of the 4 regions that are listed in the file, in the Excel sheet. So right off the bat, I get a nice bar graph, I get a nice column graph that shows me by region what my sales are. So you can see right away, and that's the power of data visualization, right? You can see at first glance right away that the East has the highest sales, and then that is followed by the West, right? And that, you kind of can do a gut check. That makes sense. In the United States, the populations are on the east and west coasts. So, usually what you see is they have more sales, and that is the case here. So there you have it. There's your first very rudimentary, very primitive data visualization. And Tableau pretty much did all the work for you. All you had to do was double click what you wanted to see, and Tableau gave you a suggestion as to how to visualize that data. And you were able to gain insights from it right away. I hope that was helpful. That is just the first step, not even scratching the surface of what Tableau can do. Join me in the next video, and we will dive into Tableau even further. Thanks.